Welcome to Seize the Mains by Raj Malhotra's IS Academy. I'm Surbhi Sardana and this is season 3 of our daily answer writing initiative. This initiative runs in parallel with our website, which is rajisacademy.com. Here in the mains answer writing section, you will see a list of a lot of questions, at least 134 questions that have been discussed till date have been uploaded with their model answers on the website. What you have to do is go through this discussion, watch the entire video, go through the content, go through how do we present answers in the introduction, body paragraphs and conclusion format, and visit our website. On the website, model answer to today's question has been uploaded and to the previous questions as well. What you can do is in the comment section under that question, you can post your answers as pictures or type your answers in the comment section. In the next few days, 2 to 3 days, our team will evaluate your answers, they will evaluate your responses and respond back with their feedback entirely free of cost. So this initiative helps you build skills for answer writing day by day as you practice with us. Let's see what is the topic for today. As it was discussed in the live session today for Science and Technology and Environment, it is coral reefs. So let's see what is the question. See, coral reefs form a part of your geography and environment syllabus. In geography, coral reefs are covered in detail. So this topic is very important, but it's not very dynamic with only the pollution part and the conservation part is dynamic, especially with regards to Great Barrier Reef of Australia. Otherwise, this is part of your static portion and the question is very simple. Explain the role of coral reefs in maintaining ecological balance. What are the factors that lead to coral bleaching? Briefly discuss, answer in 150 words. There should be an interrogation mark here, so pardon the mistake, pardon the grammatical error. Let's move on and look at the answer. But first of all, let's see what the question is trying to ask us. Explain the role of coral reefs in maintaining ecological balance. So there are a lot of roles that coral reefs play. They play a big role in the economy also. They have a lot of significance for the indigenous communities also, but you have to talk about the ecological balance role that these coral reefs play. What are the factors that lead to coral bleaching? So that is something that is asking you, why are coral reefs dying? What are the factors of it? Briefly discuss. So you just do not have to list down the factors, you also have to discuss them. Answer in 150 words. See, this is a short question, but there are two parts to it. Also in your introduction, you will have to talk a little about coral reefs also. What are they? Where are they found? What type of coral reefs do we have? Also, when you talk about the role of coral reefs, that will take around 50 to 70 words and the rest of the words should be taking your body paragraph 2 and your conclusion. So let's see what do we have as fodder or as content for this answer today. Start your introduction by writing about coral reefs. Coral reefs are described as the tropical forest of the ocean or as ocean oasis. See, here definition of coral reefs is not required. You do not have to define coral reefs because the examiner is talking about coral reefs as if you already know it, as if it is a very common topic. So it is not asking you what are coral reefs or specifically with regards to coral reefs, no facts have been asked. So do not define them, just talk about them and their significance. Coral reefs are described as the tropical forest of the ocean or as ocean oasis. Providing shelter and spawning grounds to a wide range of ocean life, coral reefs serve an important role in the marine ecosystem. Look at the first two lines here. First of all, you've talked about coral reefs. You have used a term called tropical forest of the ocean. Tropical forests hold a very immense importance for the entire ecology of the earth. So these are known as tropical forests of the ocean. By using this term, you have highlighted their role, you have highlighted their importance. In the second line, you've talked about what do they serve, how do they serve us. They provide shelter, spawning grounds to a wide range of ocean life. Coral reefs, they serve an important role in the marine ecosystem. So that is what you are talking about, talking about their ecological role in marine ecosystem is very important. So you talked about coral reefs. Again, these two lines emphasize the significance of coral reefs, their importance. The biggest coral reefs are found in the clear shallow waters of the tropics and subtropics. Why have we added this line? You can also talk about the temperature, the ideal temperature for coral reefs. Here we will write the ideal temperature for coral reefs and where are they found. Once you have mentioned it here, then whenever you are talking about your body paragraph 2, what are the factors that are leading to coral bleaching? So this body paragraph 2 can definitely call back upon the facts you have mentioned in introduction and say that these factors are being destroyed or trampled with, so and they are being mismanaged. That's why coral bleaching is happening. So mentioning the details regarding coral reefs is very important in your introduction itself. Body paragraph 1 talks about the importance. First of all, coral reefs support a lot of species. So they say about 1/4 of 5 lakh animal species living in the world's oceans inhabit the areas with coral reefs. Even some of the fish species that live in outer space use the reefs as places to spawn and raise their fry or raise their young ones. Secondly, corals release a lot of organic matter. They are in symbiotic association with an algae called zooxanthellae. So as a result of which they release a lot of organic matter which provides nutrients to other species surrounding them. So providing nutrients for tiny creatures, forming a base for the rich marine ecosystem that adds nutrients to the marine ecosystem. So your source of nitrogen in oceans, that is the coral reefs, other essential nutrients for marine food chain, carbon and nitrogen fixing that happens through the organic matter that is released as excreta through these coral reefs, and they also help with nutrient recycling, especially in the carbon and nitrogen cycles. The third one is regulation of carbon dioxide. That carbon dioxide levels in the oceans is another function, because obviously they take up carbon dioxide and release oxygen. So carbon dioxide regulation is very essential, and without the corals or coral reefs there would be an imbalance of carbon dioxide levels that would severely impact the marine creatures. Also, there is a lot of global warming happening around. The sea itself, it absorbs a lot of atmospheric carbon that due to which oxygen levels in the environment that we breathe in are optimal. So if corals would not be there, the sea would actually start releasing carbon dioxide. That is not an optimal situation for us to survive. So not just the marine ecosystem, the other atmospheric balances also regarding gases, they are all maintained by presence of coral reefs. Another role is protection from strong ocean currents and high waves. If you know that on the coast of Australia, on the eastern coast of Australia, you have the Great Barrier Reef. Great Barrier Reef takes its name because it acts as a barrier against strong tides and ocean waves and currents. So your mainland gets secure, your continents can have more and more habitation. They can support habitation because less disasters take place, because they protect the continents from strong ocean currents and high waves. So this was the broad significance, broad ecological significance that we could figure out with regards to coral reefs. Now what is happening? See, the second part with regards to coral bleaching, that is very simple. What you can do is just pick up the fact regarding coral bleaching. What happens when there are conditions which are not good for survival of zooxanthellae inside the corals? What happens? Temperatures rise or pollution happens, and due to a lot of factors, the zooxanthellae algae that is in symbiotic relation with coral reefs, that dies or that leaves the coral reef, and due to which coral bleaching happens. Otherwise corals have a lot of colors, multicolored organisms hote hain called zooxanthellae in the coral reefs. When this symbiotic relationship dies, then coral reefs, they turn into white. So that white is not something that we want to happen. We want colorful corals, that signifies that they can't support life in them. But here then that process is known as coral bleaching. What you can do is write one line about coral bleaching, write about zooxanthellae, because again that is very important if you feel comfortable with it and if you have enough words left. One line would be enough. Then talk about what are the factors that are leading to coral bleaching. The first one is the rising sea surface temperatures. We'll briefly cover this. The entire answer has been uploaded on the website. Then you have rising sea levels. Due to global warming, there has been sea level rise and sedimentation, resulting in sedimentation runoff, which can lead to the smothering of coral. Also, your corals, they do not like nutrient rich water. They produce a lot of nutrients, but they do not like nutrient rich waters. They cannot survive in waters which have a lot of nutrients. So what, this all pollution results in a lot of nutrient disposal inside the sea. So due to pollution, coral reefs need clean water to thrive. From litter to waste, pollution is damaging reefs worldwide. So actually whatever we release in water bodies, whatever the polluted water is, goes inside the water bodies, that contains a lot of nitrates and a lot of oxides which are not good for survival of corals. They do not like any external nutrients. What was the third factor? Ocean acidification. So just like as acid rain is a problem for biodiversity on land, ocean acidification, which one way or the other results from acid rain itself, also comes from the disposal of pollutants into water bodies. So that is something that leads to coral bleaching. There is ongoing decrease in pH of oceans through uptake of anthropogenic carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, because your global warming is rising, amount of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere is rising, and more carbon dioxide or other greenhouse gases are being absorbed by the sea. So that is leading to ocean acidification. Then there is coastal development. Coastal development can be can include your tourism also, can include more and more habitation or urban settlements that people trying to settle in coastal areas where there are corals located. Again, that would lead to a lot of stress on the nearby biodiversity, a lot of stress on the resources. Temperatures would rise, more and more waste disposal would be there. So the growth of coastal cities and towns results in pollutants like nutrient-rich water, causing fleshy algae and phytoplankton to thrive in coastal areas in suffocating amounts known as algal blooms. So algal blooms are a problem for the survival of corals. And the fifth point, pollution as a whole, we have covered that separately. Also, recently the Great Barrier Reef of Australia has been in news. Do write about it if you feel that yes, developments are happening regarding the Great Barrier Reef. Include that in your conclusion. In conclusion, again, what you need to do is write about coral reefs. Focus on the importance of coral reefs again, or summarize your answer. Use your creativity in your conclusions. So they are important for many different reasons aside from supposedly containing the most diverse ecosystem of the planet. So this is a very general line. Fitting space. Over 500 million people depend on reefs for food, income and protection. These ecosystems are culturally important to indigenous people around the world. So what you are doing is focusing on the significance of coral reefs again, which is not necessarily from ecological point of view. You are talking about the economic or human dependence also. The economic benefits also are being inculcated in your conclusion. So the last line would be about focusing on the importance and focusing on conservation. Here you can talk about some policy of the government or at the international level. For example, Australia has been running a lot of programs regarding the protection of Great Barrier Reef. So definitely talk about it, or write a general line that at the global level, all countries, especially in coastal areas, they need to come together for protection of corals. So considering their importance to ecosystem as a whole, their conservation needs to be prioritized through focused policies and engagement of civil society as well as private stakeholders. See, that is a general conclusion. You can write that for any answers of environment. Environment में आप किसी भी आंसर के लिए ऐसा conclusion लिख सकते हैं. So have some ready-made conclusions with you. Inculcate civil society, private stakeholders. You have the corporate social responsibility funds in the private sector. Talk about that if you have more space left. So definitely use your creativity in your conclusion. The entire answer has been uploaded on our website rajayesacademy.com. Click on the link in the description. Go to the mains answer writing section, read the entire model answer and post your answers, send your answers to us in the comment section. I'll see you tomorrow with another discussion of Seize the Mains. Till then, stay tuned to our channel and all the best.